It's pretty damn fun, man.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Again, because it's been so long that I guess that we've seen the final picture, and just knowing how joyous this film is, and kind of really wanting people to see it in that sense, you know, to be able to go to the theater and escape for a couple of hours and hopefully just have like a really good time. Also, we've been banging on about it for quite a while now, so
Yeah,
they're
right?
probably
It's
thinking,
nice to finally...
better be good.
Yeah, right? Let's get this sucker out.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Everybody's out of the ground! I thought I had everything I needed. But then I met her.
Everybody down on the ground. Everybody except you.
Actors Ryan Reynolds and Jodie Comer are co-starring in one of the most highly anticipated films of the summer, the epic adventure comedy Free Guy, which premieres August 13th.
There is no easy way to say this. This world, it's a video game. You're not real.
Ryan takes on the title role of Guy, a bank teller who discovers he's actually a minor character in a video game and decides to become the hero.
I'm not gonna be the good guy. I'm gonna be the great guy.
Setting out to save his world his way before it's too late.
I'm sorry! Oh, God!
Meanwhile, Jodie gets two characters to play, a video game developer named Millie.
Wait, you let who kiss you?
Guy.
There's not a button for that.
Oh, he found the button.
And Millie's gunslinging avatar, Molotov Girl.
Is that a Glock in your pocket?
No,
What?
it's 2 blocks. Oh!
Oh gosh, they were both fun for different reasons. Like, I think, you know, the interesting thing about Molotov Girl, and you know, it relates to us all in regards to social media and these personas that, you know, we put out of ourselves, was that what is it about Molotov that Millie feels she can't express within her own life? You know, like, I feel like Molotov is very physically strong, but I think Millie has a really, you know, innate sense of who she is and what she wants to do, but she feels a little bit lost. So it was trying to filter those things through. I think the physicality of Molotov I struggled with, because the moment someone tells you to look cool, to walk cool, to be cool,
That's a pretty terrifying thing, too.
it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And then they do the slow-mo, and there's, you know, it's a huge part of the video, you know, the gaming world, of the way they carry themselves and how they move. And so I think for me that was the biggest difference, and probably the thing that I felt most aware of, that I really wanted to get right.
Who are you?
We ran into each other the other day.
How did you find me?
I waited outside by the murder train.
I loved her Millie because I just like, Jodie has this really unique ability to switch gears really fast, like mid-thought. And like you do these things in the scenes which I was just so blown away by. So I sort of like, even though Molotov Girl is like the flashy sort of character, I really loved your work as Millie. Really special. Yeah.
Before Free Guy, Jodie was best known for her Emmy-winning work on the critically acclaimed TV drama Killing Eve.
Don't speak to me like that, Eve. I like you, but I don't like you that much. Don't forget. The only thing that makes you interesting is me.
While this wasn't Jodie's first film, it was her first time as a lead in a big-budget Hollywood production. But luckily, she had a veteran co-star to lean on.
I think the wonderful thing about Ryan is, like, I feel like you've always encouraged me to, like, do what I'm doing, which he's always kind of instilled that in me. But I mean, just working with Ryan day to day on set and watching how he works and the pace in which he works, and also the way in which he treats the crew and the kind of example that he sets in that way. I mean, he works like so hard. Like you were on set in scenes that you weren't even in, you know? He's meticulous, and he, just that attention to detail. For me to be around for a first movie, being like extremely intimidated and, you know, feeling like a very small puzzle of a big piece, it gave me like a really good confidence, and I felt like I learned a lot going forward. I couldn't have asked for it.
She's lying. She's a liar. I know
He's
she's
paid
lying.
me.
3 days into it, we were all asking her for advice on how to do that. I mean, like, it was like you've never seen, like, it was literally like putting a great white shark in the water. Like, she was just like perfect. She just was so good in every moment, and truly, like, for me to have a co-star I can count on is so important, and so, you know, somebody who you know is going to bring a kind of A-game, high-level work or work ethic to this process was just so special. I mean, it was the best. It was the best. Every scene with Jodie was like a vacation. It was really great.
I just wanted to do a good job, and I was surrounded by the best people to help me with that. And the other thing is, like, in regards to TV and film, like, there isn't that much of a difference other than just the size of the thing, you know? I think in my head, I'd always thought that there was like a TV actress and there's a film actress, and but actually the morale of everyone and the passion that everyone brings is exactly the same. So once I kind of realized that, it was all good.
Also, I always think if you're not nervous, something's wrong. You're
Yeah.
doing something wrong if you're not nervous. I'm nervous I've done, I don't know how many movies, but the first few days I remember years ago I felt so validated because I was lucky enough to work with Helen Mirren. And we were sitting there at the table read on the first day of the movie, and we were about to just read through the whole script, and she leans over and whispers, "I'm so nervous."
Wow.
And I was like, it was such a great object, I couldn't pass it up. I was like, "You're Helen Mirren, get the together now." So it was like, I just remember, like, if Helen Mirren can be nervous on a first day on a movie set, then anyone can.
Yeah.
Wow, you look amazing. Can I take a picture of you for my Instagram?
No. No, of course not. Don't be pathetic.
Get a real life.
Turns out playing the chic, sharp-tongued assassin Villanelle for 3 seasons of Killing Eve was perfect training for Jodie's roles in Free Guy. At least according to Ryan, who happens to be a huge fan of the show.
We needed somebody in the role Jodie plays. She plays a couple of roles in the movie. One is Millie, one is Molotov Girl. But like the character of Molotov Girl, who's the in-game iteration of Jodie's character, we needed somebody who has that kind of ability to take on a situation both, you know, physically and intellectually, and that's, you know, so much of that is imbued in the character in Villanelle.
Please.
So like I was obsessed with Killing Eve, and to work with her lived up to that and then some. Like, I mean, it was just from the first word that came out of her mouth as this character in Free Guy, we couldn't believe how lucky we were to have someone in that role who could essentially pilot that character from one end of the arc to the other in this movie. It was just such a privilege to get to work with someone like Jodie. So. Sorry, I'm talking about you like you're not here.
I paid him to say that.
She did. Yeah. In weird cryptocurrencies. I don't know why she chose that. I accept all forms.
Likewise, Jodie is also a big admirer of her co-star's past work. But her all-time favorite Ryan Reynolds film was a little surprising.
Just friends.
Just Friends.
I love you, Chris. Like a brother. We're friends, right?
For sure. I was worried you were gonna say something else.
No.
God, Just Friends. It's a good movie. I like Just Friends.
Are you kidding me? It's
fun.
like the best movie ever.
It's a fun time. Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, Anna Faris, Amy Smart.
Yeah, it's genius. I think
Shot entirely in Regina, Saskatchewan, which has now come up twice in this.
3 times, I think.
3 times, I think, yeah. That was how many times could I mention Regina, Saskatchewan in the press tour for Free Guy.
Yeah, Just
Free.
Friends for me was a big one.
Hey, Merry Christmas, neighbor.
This is something I revisit like every couple of years.
It's kind of a Christmas movie.
Oh, it's
People
brilliant.
kind of liken it to a Christmas movie, which
Yeah.
I never really got, but it does take place at Christmas, so I guess, yeah.
It's just one of those. It's kind of timeless in that way. Like it never gets old. And again, like Free Guy, it's like it's feel good. You leave it and feeling happy and you've had a good giggle, which is always nice.
We need some happy movies out there. We need some
Yeah.
movies that leave us with a big grin on our face.
Yeah.
Well, this one does.
Hell yeah.
My cheeks were actually. Not because I was grinning at my own performance, but
You can.
when Sean
I was.
Sean sent me the link, and then I was like,
Oh, it's so, I feel
cheeks
the
were
same way
sore.
though. I disassociate that I'm even in it now. Like I watch it and I'm just so happy. It's just so fun to watch a comedy that is also an action film, and also to have it go out in the in the grand experience of cinema and in theaters. As they reopen, it's like really we feel so lucky that this movie gets to be one of those films that gets to be seen on the big screen. And it's also for us, it's amazing to be a part of a big, broad, blockbuster summer movie that is not based on a comic book or a sequel or based on anything other than an idea. And this is sort of how I think in Hollywood we sometimes forget, like this is how cinema is made. This is how IPs are created. You start experimenting and playing with other concepts and ideas that are just outside of the cash cows of sequels. So super excited that this gets to be an original movie this summer all over the world.
Yeah!